Okay, traders. Now, it's important after a major economic event like the US CPI numbers or a central bank meeting to do a debrief. Now, I'll run you through the components of what I do. I look at the setups, okay, before the actual release, see, what was I looking at? Was it right or was it wrong? Then I'll come back and have a look at my sort of assumptions of the outcomes, right? What are the good outcomes? What was the number? And what would I do different? Right. So let me just sort of run you through this. Now, there's one or two things, right? I got a little bit caught up in almost trying to give us a few extra scenarios, right? And this is, best trade setups for a weak CPI number. Aussie would go up, dollar CAD down. Yeah, okay, and you know what? On a release like the US CPI numbers, if it's stronger or weaker, okay, even if it's only a small amount, things will go up and down. But what we're trying to do is isolate the best trading opportunity. And overall, dollar yen was the standout. Now, I won't sort of get caught up in that again because doing the debrief, I'm like, man, the writing was on the wall. Now, let me just sort of talk you through this, right? So, just looking at the prime time pro analysis, and hopefully I'll get the guys, well, I'll start building this so it's automatic. Now, I should call this the objective analysis, right? No human element in there at all. And what we're trying to do is identify the short-term trend, long-term trend, and where momentum is for those two trends, right? Now, it's the three lights, right? I was trying to make this like a traffic light, but having four lights gives us a bit more of a better outcome or more finite outcome, right? And if I look across the analysis here, right, and you don't need to be a rocket scientist to do this, you can just come back and check your charts, short-term hourly charts, long-term daily charts, and look at momentum and just put in there on your blotter if you want to set up something like this and work out exactly where the good opportunities are. Now, I did this, say, about an hour before the US CPI numbers. Dollar yen was the only instrument that had a very clear direction. And of course, the CPI numbers can give everything sort of a flash move, right? Quick momentum, but we're looking for a bit more than that. We aren't just looking to trade and gamble on the number. We're looking for clear direction. And that's what dollar yen was throwing up. Now, I did have that down as a buying opportunity on a strong US CPI outcome, but you know what? Getting even sort of starting to look at these other ones is distracting, right? And I was trying to sort of explain analysis there around various components, and there was no need to because it's like, okay, guys, the answer is simple here. We have got dollar yen. It's going to go topside if the number's strong. The rest of them, yeah, you're going to get some sort of crazy little moves, but that's it. Now, the number, let's just have a look at the number. Now, the initial move, right? If I just come to the charts and we look at the initial move here, right? So, euro sort of straight down. What is that? 85, about 60 points down. Same sort of thing for sterling. Aussie got sort of crushed. I mean, everything was rocking and rolling. It's almost like the market was ready for a slightly weaker US CPI number, and they were loaded up long or short dollars. So we saw these, initial moves, and it looked like the dollar was going to hang on. But that's the thing with the market setup. Sometimes you don't know until you see the number and you go, hang on, this number isn't like amazing, right? The range here for the month on month, zero point 0.2 to zero point 0.4. Yeah, it's 0.1% above the maximum range, zero point 0.2 above the forecast. And the year on year number, which is the more important, this is what the Fed refers to. Okay, it's 0.1% above the forecast and right on the higher end of expectation. So yeah, it's like a good number, but it's not like you're going to sell your house and just go long dollars on it. And so that's it. So if you go back and have a look through the live trading sessions, right, and you can actually come back and have a look at the video. Let me just show you where that is. Okay, so live trading sessions. Have a look through here because it'll explain to you what to do after the release. And I was sort of saying to you, right, that this situation, okay, don't chase it, right? We're seeing a bit of dollar strength through at the moment, but do not chase it. Let the market come back to you. If you get into the market, where the market sort of bullied you into sort of having the trade and you're like, I've got to be in this, I've got to be in it, then you're going to have situations exactly like we saw yesterday, exactly like I was saying. Just wait for it to bounce, right? Wait for it to retrace. Now, you could actually retrace and sell at those resistance levels, or and Aussie actually had a sort of perfect retracement, or you can start to use the Prime Time Pro methodology or Prime Time Pro itself, and it will execute for you, right? And if I have a look across the board here, and that's exactly what I set up straight after the number. Let me just get that off the screen. You're looking at, a prime time pro sell here. You're getting into the currency up around 63 the figure, right? You wake up, yeah, it's only down 20 points, but that's 20 points in your favor. And this trade should now play out. The dollar, you know what? It looks pretty good. And the other thing is, after the release, I was saying this as well on the video, just kept like through the course of the day, this is like raw analysis. I know it's numbers, but let's just keep an eye on it. The treasury yields were sort of honking along, right? Actually, you know what? The short dated and the long dated yields, treasury yields, which means general interest rates in the States are a little bit higher, right? That means the dollar goes up. Okay. So what we've seen is a flush out of positions after the release. Okay. We saw the perfect retracement. Now, depending, you might be sitting there going, but I had this resistance line. It's like, yeah, but I was talking you through exactly how to manage this using resistance lines. And when it does get up to a really overbought situation, especially after a fundamental number where it just takes time for the market to filter that in, get the initial reaction, get the retracement, flush all the positions out. And then everyone comes back and says, hang on, what's going on fundamentally here? It's a strong dollar move. And as I was just showing you there on the global markets page, we have the yields are still up, right? So that's still strong dollar. We now have that to work with. All right. So to me, it was a good learning situation for me in the sense of not sort of trying to give you guys opportunities just around, what's happening. Let's just focus on the key data, which does have good direction. Okay. And that's what you want to be looking at. So if I just show you dollar yen, right, you see some of these other pairs. And as I was explaining through the video or through the live session, like the analysis for this one is tough. That's why I started the webinar earlier, because I'm like, I've really got my hands full trying to explain the technical setup here. Whereas dollar yen, okay, just had a good setup. I think it was around sort of 55-ish or somewhere around there at the time of the release. Okay, short term, long term, it's going up. At the time, it looked a bit overbought. That was the only thing sort of say stopping us from absolutely going long dollar yen. But then the data comes out, it goes up, right? There is a resistance line here. You see the barroom brawl in action here, right? Where it stalls. But if you have a look at all the other pairs, this is hopefully going to make a bit more sense to you, because you look at all the other pairs, okay, they've gone up, back down, and retraced. There's like a calamity of price action there, which we have been able to take advantage of. But dollar yen, it didn't come back. And that's because it is already going up and it's going to stay up, right? For the time being. Whereas you look at everything else, okay, it's a bit of a dog's breakfast, right? So what I'm trying to say is from here, trust the objective analysis. When you look at the whole scheme of things and what the Primetime Pro analysis is, this is just the computer telling you, should you be looking to get long or short? If we get three lights in a row, we're on. And that's why dollar yen has not retraced back down, because it's already a buy, right? It is already going up. So going forward, we're going to be sort of nailing these opportunities. This will be automatic. So whenever you log on, we will have, you'll be getting alerts. And hopefully the aim is to get these alerts into your email or even straight under the Discord, so you can take advantage of those when they come up, right? So anyway, that's a bit of a debrief. It's an interesting one. We have a strong dollar picture at the moment. Okay, I was saying this yesterday in the video as well. If you're looking for opportunities, now's the time to be sort of looking at sterling. Like we've got this little slightly stronger tone in the dollar, slightly stronger US Treasury yields means a stronger dollar. We get weakness in some of these numbers here on sterling. we've got a nice trade. We've got two fundamentals lining up, and I would be looking for sterling to really come back down towards that 123.50, right? To me, that's the trade that's coming up, and I'll let you know more about it on the Discord. All right, guys, that's the debrief. Okay, something you should be doing each time. And if you don't know, like a lot of you, I understand, I've been doing this for 35 years. If you don't have experience and you've got questions, well, then just ask me, right? Or the trading community. They will assist you, helping you understand, hey, like what happened? Like everyone, I know a lot of traders, I've got a couple of messages already saying, hey, Brad, what happened? Like, you know, the strong dollar, we saw it momentarily, then it all retraced and it's here. It's like, yeah, that's the move. That's what we're talking about. So hopefully watch the live trading session. It might give you some more understanding. It was a tough one, but still making cash out of it, right? Anyway, that's it from me for the debrief. Any questions, jump online, the Discord, or jump into our trading community. That's a great spot to be asking questions, right? We're sort of guiding more questions into the forum because they get lost on the Discord. Anyway, have a good day. I'll be back with some more analysis later on. Just wanted to run you through the what to do after release. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Bye for now.